Welcome to the second part of our ant modeling journey. So let's get ready to surface. I would like to do before start with the arms is punching a hole into this thing. Therefore, let's go to solid mode. Select the body. If you haven't made it already, you can join the lip, which is simply the pipe with the whole body. Pressing QQ by selecting both and pressing QQ for making a union boolean. A slide fillet will do the job. And if we go ahead and select the face and try to move the face, we won't get that far. So therefore, we have to create a cutter. So select this face. Go to selection. It's this guy, I guess, plane from selection. Yeah, but I have it already in my radial menu, which you can download from the description. And now we will create a cylinder right here where the radius is slightly smaller, and which we can use to punch in a hole like so. There you have it. And of course, we have to do some filleting for getting rid of these hard edges. Yeah. We can't see the face right away. This one. We can turn off the temporary construction plane. The third thing before creating the arms is importing the strawberry. So therefore, we can go to the strawberry which we have made, and hopefully you have followed this tutorial also. If not, it's in the same playlist and I will link it here also. So let's import the strawberry by going to import append. Go wherever the strawberry is. But as you can see, things start getting messy. So before importing the strawberry, we have to do some housekeeping. So select this one, call it main body. Boolean these two. And now let's rename this one. This is the right eyelid. This is the left one. This is eye left. This is eye right. This one is pupil left, pupil right. Now we have named all these loose parts and grouped them. And I have made this housekeeping because now things will start getting messy when I import the strawberry. So in this case, I can just deactivate the end, do my housekeeping with all the strawberry stuff and reactivate it again. So let's go to right view, go to import, bring this guy, and as you can see, here is a lot of stuff going on. We don't need all the curves. We can get rid of them. Here is a sheet. I don't know what the sheet is. Okay, the sheet is the strawberry itself. We need this one. And here are a lot of solids. That's all these cores. Go to right view, GG, and let's group all these solids and this sheet also. Call it strawberry. But unfortunately, there is no empty which we can apply to all these parts. And so we have every time we have to select all these parts, which isn't that convenient, but it is how it is, and it is anyhow a temporary thing we use here. The real combining, we will do the real combining in Blender, but here we need the strawberry for the positioning of the arms. So here we have a pretty big strawberry. As you can see, I haven't made this, and again, I didn't think about all these parts, how they will look, but that's okay. Make it as slightly bigger. I mean, in real world, of course, a strawberry is much bigger than an ant. Will be something like this, I guess. But that would mess up our composition. play around. And I want the strawberry to fit into this gap. And it's okay if there is a slight intersection here and here. Yeah, that's okay. I'm happy with this one. The next thing we will import is the hand, which we have also modeled in another video. If you haven't so far, you can go and check this tutorial also. So go to import append. And if you import stuff from append stuff from another plasticity file, plasticity will bring all the parts in which are in that file. So that's not that comfortable. But again, we have to delete all the stuff we don't need. And hopefully you have made the fist thing also. We will need it in another project. But for now, we can delete them. Because the only thing we will need for now is this. And if you bring back the rest, strawberry and the ant, we can position the gloves. Again, take your time. I will time-lapse this part. We have 4 of them. So 2 on this side, 1, 2, and 2 on the other side. The position for the first hand will be something like this. I forgot that this guy has 4 arms. Okay, that looks okay. Now the second hand. Shift D and okay, that looks okay. And let's mirror all these hands to the other side, these 2 hands. Let's leave it for now and concentrate on the arms. One thing before starting the arms is this guy is carrying a heavy load. So the strawberry is obviously much bigger than him, but he looks still a little bit too straight for carrying such a big weight. So let's go to object mode, select all the objects. So all the solids of the ant, of the strawberry, the arms, and this fake sheet. Rotate it a little bit. I don't want this guy to look that straight. So let's do something like this. This looks more realistic as an ant wearing gloves and carrying a strawberry can be. And the second thing is, I always say second thing, but you know what I mean, the next thing. Let's lock this. Let's lock also the ant solids so we can comfortably select the strawberry and the hands. And make your little adjustments. So something like this maybe. Now we can continue finally with the arms. Here at our reference image, you can see that I have made some weird shapes for the arms and the legs. We won't do it like this. We will do it differently and it will look better and it will look simpler, cleaner. So we will make simple pipes with a slight transition in the middle. So let's go to the top view, enable snapping. If you don't enable snapping, you can't create shapes by snapping to the main axis and whatnot. So enable snapping, select center circle, and let's draw a random circle like so. Go to the right view, rectangular array it. So there are different ways you can press this button, you can give this button a shortcut, or you can just press F and type in array. Now we have something like this going on, and what I want is here the number should be at 3. So something like this. Press OK. Go to edge mode, select this guy, press SS, so S twice, make something like this. And now we can loft this guy, select these guys, in the correct order, press L. And here you can check whether the transition is okay for you or not. For me, this circle in the middle is still a little bit too big. So let's go to edge mode again, select this circle, press S twice, make it a little bit smaller, and again, try your loft. And by the way, when you are lofting, select the curves you want to loft along in the correct direction. Otherwise, it may give you weird results. So if we select the curves like so and press loft, you can see that the lofting operation goes in that direction in which you have selected your curves, in the order of the curves. If you select it in the correct direction, you will get the desired result. And that's okay. We don't need these sheets any longer. You can delete them. Go to solid view, scale this guy, pressing SS, scale proportionally, and S Shift Z. So we scale along the X and the Y axis, but not along the Z axis. That's why I pressed S Shift Z. Now we can start comparing this pipe to our main body. It still can be a little bit smaller and also a little bit thinner. So S Shift Z. Yeah, something like this is okay. Here I don't like the locations of the arms, especially of the first set of arms. I want the arms to start here at the shoulder, and the second set of arms should start here at the bottom of this first section. The start of the legs are okay though. Go to the front view, Shift D. I want this one to remain untouched. So that's why I will bring it out of the way. And I will work with this one. This will be our first limb. So let's see how we can do it. So there has to be an upper arm and a lower arm, obviously. Let's start by pressing double R, and you know the drill, you know these basic commands. First thing we want to do is find the correct location of the start of the arm. Find the location of the shoulder, and always check your model from all perspectives. Don't work in only one perspective. Copy this one, so this will be the upper arm, double R, and let's find the correct positioning for the lower arm right away. Obviously has to have a connection with the hand, with the root of the hand. And if you like the placement of the root, but not the angle, you can rotate it from here by pressing R and change the pivot point by pressing V. Disable snapping. If you leave it enabled, then it will snap all over the place. That's not what we want. So let's disable the snapping so that we can position our gizmo. And let's bring this guy a little bit further out. This one is obviously too long. Or let's do the same thing here. Let's rotate this guy also. Change the pivot. I mean, if we do something like this, let's see how that would look. But before time-lapsing, let me show you one thing. If you want to scale this guy without having any distortions, because let me exaggerate, when I have a situation like this, and if I scale right away along the x-axis, we get distortions like this. Shift H for isolating this, Shift J for closing this end, and also the other end, Shift J. Go again to the front view, press S, and change the pivot point. Enable snapping in this case. And if we catch the middle, now we can scale our object without skewing it. So now we can make this one shorter, as the upper arm should be in relation to the lower arm. Let's press OK. Alt H for bring back the rest. This is still too long. Enable snapping. This time from this end, that's okay. We will push it back into the body. And the connection will be a simple sphere. Now we can compare to our reference image, and you can see here I had some weird undefined shapes in comparison to the clean pipes. Okay, here we have a sphere somewhere here in the middle. Let's look from all perspectives so that there aren't any edges which are sticking out. We'll make a Boolean. Mirror this to the other side. From the front view, Alt X. And here it's not symmetrical. By the way, I might have played with the position of the hands for position them according to the strawberry off the record. You should play, of course, with the position as well if needed. Always check from other perspectives so you don't have any bad surprises later on. And now we can copy one arm and place it to somewhere here for starting to model or to position the second set of arms. Now let's take these two sheets. Let's make them also as solid. So Shift H, convert them into solids because we will need them to be solids later on when we Boolean it. Alt H. Okay, now we can copy one set of bones or one set of limbs. Go to right view, Shift D, and bring this one to somewhere here. Now we are only concerned about this connection from the upper arm to the body. Like I said, I want the connection to be here at the bottom of this whole first section. And I leave a little space between this intersection and this edge. So I leave a little space here. This fillet, which I will produce later on, I don't want this fillet to intersect with this edge. That's why I leave a little space here. Look from the front view. Okay, I hope you have something like this, similar result like this, or even something better. Obviously, the next step is mirroring it to the other side, pressing Alt X, mirror, and let's check whether the position of this limb is okay. Yeah, that looks okay. The legs, they will be obviously similar. Some stuff will be slightly different. Here, of course, I haven't drawn the chucks that precisely because we already have modeled it. We will slap them later on onto his feet in Blender. I won't import the whole chucks part into this scene because then the scene will be far too cluttered. But we won't leave this guy completely without legs. We will slap on some cylinders or something like that, just for being able to measure the correct anatomy. This positioning is okay, the start of the legs. So let's see, Shift D. But before fiddling around with this, I will convert this one also into a solid. Let's create the second limb. I will leave it like this for now. You can make the connections and whatnot later on. First of all, let's copy this one to the other side, or mirror it rather. R, B, and let's rotate it upwards, so something like this. And of course, it shouldn't intersect with this one. Before continuing with this one, we should first make this leg shorter. This stuff is cut because we have mirrored it, and there was an intersection, and the intersection was here at this spot. That's why here is a cut. So, but we can get rid of it like so. Again, if you have a situation like this where there is an unwanted cut, just go to face mode, select the face. The offset face tool is activated by default. Just pull on this yellow dot. Now you can scale it by going to the solid mode, press S, B. This time we want snapping enabled, so we can snap it to here and pull this one inside. This time I want the exact number, so let's type in something like 0.75, and we want this number because we will do the same on the other side. Alt H. Let's do the same here. Maybe that's okay. We don't need this one to be shorter. Maybe we will do this one longer, so there is an obvious difference between these two limbs. But let's see. First of all, isolate this one also, pressing Shift H. Here's also the cut. I mean, we don't even need to get rid of it because it will intersect with the body anyhow. Go to Solid View, press S. Snapping is enabled. Press V for changing the pivot. Let's pull this one also in. And we had the value of 0.75. Bring back the rest. Now these two limbs have the same length. I mean, no one will measure it. So let's go to face mode, select this one, and let's pull here, making it longer, and make something like this. Now it's obviously this limb is longer than the upper one. Let's go to solid mode. This time I will just duplicate it instead of mirroring it. There is no point in mirroring it. Look from the left view, rotate it. So let's look from all perspectives. Okay, this looks okay to me. And the last step concerning the legs is, or the extremities is adding these connections. You can borrow one from the arm, and you know the drill. Okay, that looks all okay, except this situation here where there is an intersection. I fix this one also, and if you have issues like this, fix them now. Later on, we will give him some chucks, like I said, but not now. Let's make some feet. Go to face mode, Shift D. Okay. SS, bring it up. Okay. Let's go here to face mode and extrude this one, but make a new copy, new body. So press B because we don't want to have any connections because this is just a temporary thing, so that we have a slight idea of what we are doing. Go to solid mode, select this guy, press S. Again, we need to enable the snapping and change the pivot. Make something like this and bring this one out. We have something like this, and we don't need this face any longer. So let's duplicate this, but not by pressing Shift D, but by pressing Control D. Then we get something like this. If we press here to the center of this object, then we are able to bring it to another place where it is snapping. press OK, enter, and escape. That's a quite powerful tool. I haven't used it that often. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time with this thing. Like I said, it's a temporary thing. I mean, if you prefer to have something like this, you can go on and go ahead and fine-tune this one if you don't like the idea of chucks. But now what I would like to do is, again, duplicating these parts, all the legs and arms, and put them into the loose parts folder as a backup, because now we will join all these limbs, all these arms and legs with the main body and fillet them. So we have a similar organic look as here. So let's take all these guys also on this side. Let's duplicate them, Shift D. Now we will make a big Boolean operation. Therefore, let's hide the strawberry and the arms. Select from right to left. We make sure that we select all the parts and select the sheet. Press Q, Q, mixture of sheet and solid tool bodies. Okay, so let's do it one by one. So let's select this and this, and press QQ. Now it is making this Boolean operation, this union Boolean, and we don't have any sheets any longer. That's what I wanted. Now we can repeat this, selecting all the parts, and press Q twice, and we have a successful union Boolean operation. Can bring back the rest, keep on filleting stuff. Let's go to edge mode, and all the symmetry parts or similar parts which are on the other side should be filleted together, so we have similar fillets. Make a quite big fillet. Of course, time lapse. That's what I was talking about. If we make the fillet big, which we can, then we get weird intersections. This type of topology, you can go back and correct it. I don't want to spend time correcting it. I will rather leave it like this, so we don't have a situation where we have to make corrections afterwards. Here you can see that we have to make this fillet smaller, or in this case, we can fillet them separately. Here we get a small intersection. We can leave it like this. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. Can also make it slightly smaller. So, I mean, the filleting, I'm talking about this point. Okay, now I guess we have all the fillets. The plasticity part of our end is nearly over. We just need to add some music notes, and I will do these also in plasticity. Yeah, some music notes, some cool floating music notes will do the job, like here. Okay, let's draw some music notes. Okay, let's go to edge mode, select all these, join them, and it gives us a treble. Let's see if we can join this one. It's also problematic. See where the problem is. Let's join these two. Light edges intersect or overlap, so here was a overlapping thing, but I will show it here also because here is the same problem, I guess. So if we highlight this and this, you can see that these two curves are overlapping, and that's what gives us the error. Join the rest. go to point mode, and here is the overlapping thing. So therefore, to get rid of the overlap, you can just go to trim. Let's go to face mode, select these 3 curves. The only thing we need to do now is filleting. Filleting only one edge, only one face. Again, pressing Ctrl 2, BD, that works. So what we got here is 6 millimeters. Let's reduce it to 5 millimeters. So we can copy this value and apply it to the other nodes also. So select this one face mode, Ctrl 2, BD, make your fillet and give it 5 millimeters as a distance. Say all 3 guys, bring them a little bit further down so it doesn't intersect with our ant. Bring this guy to somewhere about here. Mirror them. Pressing Alt X. This time we will select merge halves together. It gives us an error because these are all loose parts. Let's mirror them one by one. We have a cool round looking music note, and let's do the same for the other guys. Okay, and now we have 3 funky looking music notes. We can even put these things, these guys. So let's create a cylinder like so. Go to face mode, select the face, delete it, go to solid mode, right view. Maybe I'm doing too much complicated stuff and there are far easier ways. Take these 2 edges and press L for loft, G0. Select all 3 and join them so we have a solid. Delete this face, Shift X. Go to edge mode and press Shift J, but this time let's make a G1. Scale it. So select this guy, press F, radial array. Center point is somewhere about here. Let's bump up the numbers. We only need 3 of them. Now we are ready with our ant carrying a strawberry for now. I mean, the plasticity part is ready, and we will continue with Blender. But first of all, let's make some housekeeping here. And the parts which we will, or the folders rather, which we will import into Blender are and solid, the strawberry, the gloves, and this music stuff. And I don't want to bother you with naming all these things as I have done now with the music notes, because the real joining and naming part will be made in Blender, which is much more comfortable when it comes to these things. So see you in Blender.